We're live on YouTube. I'm gonna crop you a little bit though. A little bit weird, but yeah.
I can't see you. I'm seeing a screenshot here.
Yep, you just hear my voice. My camera and stuff's on YouTube. I have my camera off. I just have my screen on Discord for the people watching some of those charts.
We just did banter, the crypto banter with Lord Dylan a couple minutes ago.
Okay, you did Crypto Benter, like their YouTube or their podcast, something.
Yeah, their YouTube, but yeah, it's fun. That dude's high energy.
Nice. I was in your Twitter Spaces yesterday. I actually was broadcasting your audio onto the YouTube.
Sick.
So some people were like listening in. They were wondering what that was all about.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, she's cool, and it was so nice after we've done a lot of AMAs, but it was nice to be in a room of like people waiting for what we're building.
Yeah.
Just as far as like core musicians who haven't been able to monetize properly.
Right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over here. I'm not even logged in WEEX on my computer, but what I will do, I'm gonna look at that chart. Had your YouTube and stuff pulled up. So I got your 5-minute chart. This is what your chart looks like on WEEX for people. Wow, your camera fits perfectly down there.
Yeah, I mean, to anybody paying attention, this is a brand new baby. We're launching a music streaming platform that's live on the Solana Saga, live on the Apple App Store, Google Play. Yeah, it's a hybrid. You'll have, we're ingesting the same 100 million tracks as Spotify, but also if you want to upload an album, you're actually minting it to Solana in app. And yeah, the HEO token just went live literally about 3 hours ago on WEEX. So yeah, it's a brand new baby. It is not a meme coin. We are building for the future. It's a rewards token that works within the platform, where people can get rewarded for all engagement that builds community. If you're inviting friends, if you're creating playlists, if you're, there's new quests every week, sharing music. But yeah, we're building the future of music streaming.
I'm gonna send out a notification and let people know that you're here, that you're live on the YouTube as well. Let's see real quick.
Sorry, you're really quiet.
Yeah, I'm very quiet right now. Can you hear me? Am I a little bit louder for you?
No. You're good, Tommy, but somebody just weighed in with a question, I think.
Oh, someone was talking? Is that Rusty trying to connect with his phone?
No, I'm connected. Can you guys hear me?
I hear you, Rusty.
I can mute myself. You guys are so loud in my headphones. I'm going to fix this.
All right, so I'm looking at your launch price on WEEX. I think it was about, this volume was a little bit fake. Most of the volume was about 0.003. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that line now where I saw your price at 0.003. That's where most of the volume started rolling in this morning. Anything under that was like very, very low volume. So I think like 0.003 was like your realistic launch price. And you're almost like at 1 cent. So when are you going to be at 1 cent?
The early launch pads raised it a 10 million FTV like at 1 cent essentially. So I'm expecting there's probably going to be a bit of like people who don't understand the long-term vision. We'll see what happens here in the next day. But there's probably going to be a bit of pressure on it. But yeah, I mean, this is a brand new chart, brand new baby. Just got on WEEX. It's on Radium too. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Like, this is not a meme coin. We are in this for the long haul. So, I'm not hanging on this but we're actually just building utility for this token, and getting creators paid. That's the jam.
Man, this chart's up and to the right from launch, and we did a recording the other day, and you guys were telling me you had that pre-sale in Fjord. What was that pre-sale price? I want to add that on my chart as well.
Sure. The pre-sale was 313 at it ended at a 11 FTV, so it was essentially a 0.011 was what it landed.
Oh, your pre-sale is above 1 cent on Fjord, the average?
Yeah. Fjord was an LBP, so it found its price on Fjord. On those LBPs, they start real high, and then they dip until they find their chart. The happy zone for people who are contributing, and we're off to the races here. So see where we go.
So I do understand that's your pre-sale price, but there are some people that did get it a little bit cheaper. Is that Fjord chart still up if I want to go back and kind of check the lowest price?
Yeah, Fjord, if you go to fjordfoundry.com, and then you just scroll down to past sales, where I think we're the 6th one down. You can see all the information there. Anybody who wants to find out about us, it's actually a great spot to go because it's got all the resources formatted in the way you want. And yeah.
All right, so I found it. I'm going to look at that chart real quick on Fjord as well to compare up here with what we have going on with WEEX, because Fjord has negative bonding curve, which is interesting. I'm going to put your camera really small.
Yeah, they start the FDV at percent, and it finds its curve, and it finds its price essentially. This was over 2 days, and that was 3% of the total supply. We sold out 93% of it. It was wild to see because we got on Fjord, maybe 3 days before it went live. So
I don't know. How did you get so many pre-sales on Fjord? Like, what was your strategy there?
Just getting the word out within all our groups. Like, we've all been deep in, crypto spaces for years. And I mean, I've done a ton of conferences the last few years, but we've been building EO for 3.5 years.
Conferences.
What's up?
So I talked to one of my friends. She said she met you in Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, usually I spend my time half in Toronto, half in LA, maybe a little Salvador. Right now I'm in a cabin on Vancouver Island. And but yeah, I mean, really our team, we got a fucking awesome team, especially on the on the token side. Half our team's working on the token, and basically we're just getting the word out. We did go through a rebrand a couple months ago. And so yeah, we got a brand new baby. We're one of the 50 dApps for the Solana Saga, the world's first crypto phone. And getting into the Apple App Store was a huge win a few months ago. I mean, we've been building, like I say, for about 3.5 years. So, we're essentially building a Spotify killer. That's our jam. One where there's actually community on the platform. It's not just about, a music streaming app pushing music at you. And 100% of subscription revenue goes to creators. In other words, you listen to one track that month, that's all you did. That track's allocated $10. So in the traditional model, 100% is sexy to artists. On top of that, the token allows us to double down. It's like a multiplier, and we can reward people within the platform. They can stake for the subscription when that goes in. So it's essentially. It's a way bigger play than, I keep going back to a meme coin, but the point is we've got real product, killer team. The team includes Arabian Prince from NWA. We've got Arthur Falls, who was at Definity and Consensus, two of the Internet Computer Protocol, of course. But essentially, yeah, we're building for the long term here. The token just went live. And yeah, so I mean, Fjord was like, it was a bonus.
So
yeah, it looks like
Yep.
The token seems to be recovering from all the jitters from the launch pad now, which is pretty cool to see. Everybody turn on their Brave browser if you don't have your ads.
Oh, yeah. Look how Brave
blocked.
today.
We took over the Brave browser homepage today, and yeah, it's pretty cool to see. Hopefully, that's bringing some people in. I know a lot of new people are downloading the app and the Telegram right now, who are all came from Brave. So hopefully, that's going to pick up the chart a little bit today. Feeling pretty excited about the token. Recovering back to its original price. We've all seen the token launches. They tend to go like this, especially if there's a launch pad involved. So it's nice to see it recovering.
There are two launch pads. We did Spores Network as well. We sold out 150K at a 10 million FDV. That was a fixed price.
What was the price per token on that one? I'll add that to the chart as well.
Yeah, that was 1 cent.
That was also 1 cent? So here's what I'm noticing. Like, the price is still below the Fjord price, which for me as a trader, it reduces that fear that I'm going to get dumped on by the guys that bought it on Fjord. Because even like some of the very low prices on Fjord was like 8.0089. So what is this pre-sale at 1 cent?
Yeah, it went up to like a 16 mil FDV at one point.
What platform did you do that pre-sale on?
So there was Spores Network was the first one, and that's sort of like
SPORS.
Yeah, SPORES.
Oh, sorry, I'm American. Sometimes we leave off some letters.
He doesn't need to be there.
I have a confession I want to make to you guys.
Oh shit! What is it, Tommy? What do you got for us?
I saw your token launched on WEEX today. I saw the prices at 0.006 earlier after I checked the charts, and I was like, okay, I want to buy this token, but I want to short Bitcoin first. Maybe I can short Bitcoin. It will drop down before markets start going at it, throw all those profits into Hio Music. But Bitcoin did not drop all the way down yet, so I didn't make all my profits. And then I was going to buy it. I wanted to buy it at the 006, and I know it was sideways trading there. I was like, okay, I can buy it. Look, it was sideways trading there for almost 6 hours. And then boom, out of nowhere, now it's up over 41%. So I thought about buying it. But man, it's already up 41%. And
that's probably to do with, we were live on Crypto Banter about an hour ago. So
I was trying to time it on I was trying to get in before like at least 10:30 a.m., but the Bitcoin wasn't dropping fast enough and I needed to get this short. It's an ego thing. I know that they're over leveraged on Bitcoin. So in my mind today, I lost a potential 40% because I did not buy Hio Music. It's up 42% from when I wanted to buy. I didn't even buy a little bit. I was just like, I was gonna wait for this Bitcoin short to print. I had a big XRP long I took profits on last night. And then this is your WEEX chart. And look at this thing. It's just up and to the right. And in my mind, I was like, if it's under 1 cent, I'm going to buy it no matter what by the time I'm done with this Bitcoin short. But it's already up 42%. So I still have, like, if I want to get it under 1 cent, 15% left on the table for someone like me.
I mean, it's just wild. I just love the fact that, like, we're out in the world and we get to, like, I saw Vitalik talk in 2015, and then, I bought my first coffee with Bitcoin at this cafe in Prague in 2016. And but I didn't start really getting into it until about, 2017. And since the moment I got into it, it was like I love the idea of contributing to projects. I love like getting in when there's like, it's just exciting. It's like another angle on, it's essentially, I'm not sure what I can exactly say as far as stocks go, but it's pretty, Spotify is at $100 billion market cap. We are going to take a bite out of that this year. And, that's just on the traditional side. So I'm excited to see in the, the unique shit we're fucking dropping on the app, all the quests weekly and like cool shit. And we had this space yesterday with Violetta Veroni, and just talking to musicians in the Web3 space, like who are just way doubled down, and it was such a pleasure and honor to end this week. Basically, like you're bringing it back to what's important to us, which is music. And music is about community. And the cool thing about the token is it allows us to really help that connection between fans and listen, fans and artists, and really it's a multiplier. So it's going to be exciting to see this go. And like, I'm going to try not to watch the charts every day, but
good luck with that.
I'm going to load them up in a year from now, and I'm like excited about that piece.
Team tokens don't unlock for a very long time, and I promise you I'll be watching the chart every day until then.
And is that public information about those unlocks that people can view?
Yeah. It's, if you go to the Fjord Foundry raise, you can see our tokenomics.
Okay.
Also, the team is completely doxed. Like, you're seeing two of us sitting right here.
Yeah, I seen you the other day on camera as well. Verify it's real.
Yeah, it's our integrity and our reputations and everything on the line too.
I was in Toronto when you were in Toronto as well.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. I'm in Toronto too. Drop me a line next time. I'll take you to some cool spots.
Yeah, I think Toronto is only a 2-hour flight from where I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, so it's not that far. But yeah,
I was just in North Carolina the other day too.
Where at?
I was in Oak Island.
Oak Island. You go to Oak Island?
Yeah, my in-laws live in Oak Island, so I get to go down and I'm the only in November. I was the only crazy. You
have a brother?
Canadian swimming.
You have a brother
swimming down there
that lives here too?
No, my girlfriend's parents live there.
Okay. Wow, 43% from when I wanted to buy this thing, and my Bitcoin short is still like not in the profits.
We're on went up 10% today. I mean,
but my strategy, since I missed out, I probably will like try to catch this 0.006 support in case somebody out there dumps. There's always somebody that market sells out of nowhere to get into the next hottest thing, and then people like me that are traders get to buy in.
There's always a dip.
And your volume, like when I saw you launch, I was like, oh, this thing has no volume. I got a little bit of time. And then I was watching on my phone while I was eating away from my trading computer, and I saw your debt screener started getting volume to go price parity. And I even sent you guys like in your Telegram, I was like, oh, you guys don't have enough for sell up here. And then boom, volume came out of nowhere. Like this, your volume picked up in the past 2 hours tremendously over here on WEEX.
It's literally, I think, me jamming with or Dylan on Crypto Bander.
Like this candle here is over 80,000 volume, and I want to go over here. I got your debt screener page as well. And I even told you guys the other day, even after our video, I was like, I didn't buy it. I don't have a Solana wallet to buy this stuff. I only trade on WEEX and exchanges predominantly. I see right now your liquidity on Radium is about $378,000, which is pretty decent. And then right here, your volume, 598,000. So your volume has been picking up. But these candles over here, I think if I look up here, your top traders, I did see some people, this is what held me off earlier, that are taking profits. There are people taking profits up here on Radium. Not major profits, though. When I saw like nobody's making like super major profits, I was like, yeah, I can probably get time.
I mean, it'll get interesting when it hits the Fjord price and when it hits the Spores price. And you know what? The people that don't see the longer term on this, it's cool. Like we're excited for the ones who want to ride this to like we're building something fucking cool. I mean, there's a big team. Or at least we think it's cool. We're building what I want to use and for my friends in the music industry. So anybody who's tuning in, I tour with a band called Broken Social Scene. And, I started my first record label 2004. I've played hundreds of shows, slept on hundreds of couches. With Broken Social Scene, I get a sweet hotel room. But the point is, it doesn't take much to hear, people complaining about music streaming. And on HEO, it's 100% to creators. And yeah, the token's going to allow us, I mean, it's about community on HEO and building that community. So yeah, that's we are a brand new baby. Try out the app. It takes 1 minute. Apple App Store, Google Play, Solana Saga. One of our earliest investors is from the Solana mobile team. He's now one of the lead devs at Solana Labs. That's Stephen Lucier. So if you upload an album directly to Hio, you're actually connecting to Solana. But it's a place where, my mom can listen to her favorite track, Lady in Red by Krista Berg, but also, and have no idea about the cool tech. You don't need to connect a wallet. So, but you can, and you can move your Hio into it. And, right now it's free to use, free to listen, free to upload, and free to mint. And then essentially, in the coming future, as we ingest the same 100 million tracks that are on every full catalog platform, it will be subscription. There will always be the freemium model, but also subscriptions if you want to really monetize it within the platform. And yeah,
We're not
I'm
the
not
only
sure.
people who think it's a cool idea, Ryder. I was in Violetta's chat with like 200 Web3 musicians, and they were hyped. They were so excited about this. It's funny that we're being branded as the Spotify killer because we were in this chat, this Twitter Spaces with a bunch of Web3 musicians who actually all went down to Art Basel, and every time they go to a new city, they protest outside of the Spotify headquarters there. So we were definitely in the right room yesterday. That was hype to hear.
Yeah, like Tommy, the thing about Hio, right, is it's built by musicians. It's built by creators for creators. Like there are no shareholders at Hio. We have token holders. Everybody who's contributed in the last 3 years, they're token holders, and that's the community. Those are the people we're trying to satisfy, and not just satisfy. They're the ones we're building for. They're us. And a major differentiator between us and say a Spotify is Spotify's mission is to appease shareholders, right? Like they're at $100 billion market cap, and they'll do everything they can to get that, keep that. And that Netflix show, the playlist, that 6-parter. It's funny that Galen mentioned that because literally people like protesting outside Spotify offices. Because in that playlist 6-parter, the last one is like in the future, and it's all about artists actually finally revolting. And so it's fascinating that this is actually coming to a head right now. So it's going to be interesting to see just how this plays out. But in the music streaming space, like our main competitor now apparently would be like Audius, and they hit a couple $1 billion market cap in the last bull run. But like, they don't have my favorite records. And right now on Hio, I've got like we're doing merge records month, so it's like who's up there right now? Caribou is getting featured. Magnetic Fields. We got Destroyer. Bonnie Prince Billy, some of my favorite artists of all time. And so it's just like, it's an honor to have their respect and belief. Like Bonnie Prince Billy, like Johnny Cash with Rick Rubin covered him for his I See a Darkness record. And that album, those 3 albums in succession are still not on Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Apple Music because he doesn't believe in music streaming. But I sat at his dinner table in Kentucky a few months ago. Literally 20 years ago when I saw him play in Vancouver, it was like the reason that I went all in on music. And so it's just such an honor to have like them in, and he was texting me this morning about getting a bit of Hio. I was like, sweet. And, we got WA, the world's most dangerous band. We've got Arabian Prince. He after Straight Outta Compton came out, he started his first video game company. He's had his hands in he did graphics for Silver Surfer, the movie. VR. He's like, a self-proclaimed Willy Wonka. He's on our team as Chief Innovation Officer. So it's just fun to see, we got a couple ex-Spotify crew. Dick Huey was the first guy at Spotify in 2011 in the States to onboard all the catalog, and he's our head of licensing. So anyhow, I'm on a rant here, but we are building the future, and we're excited for anybody who's on this call, to ride it with us because, it's that's the jam.
You're almost at You're almost at 1 cent. I've been seeing some big buys for like $900, $400. I saw $1,000. You're getting some big buys rolling in here now. You're almost back up at that 1 cent pre-sale price. You're only about 27% away from your Fjord pre-sale, which was at 1.15 cents.
Let's go. All the Jeters are out, and we got believers back in. Let's do it.
I just want to say though, like
we only want the believers. We only want the believers.
Another reason that I thought about buying your token, you're not built all the way yet. You have plenty of room to progress and make your app better. You don't have your website for people to play music on a website yet. You don't have all your categories in yet. You don't have all your music or all your artists. So there's so much room for growth on your platform.
We're building aggressively.
As a potential investor, do you have a page or any idea about like what your monthly server costs are for hosting all of this music?
Yeah, I mean the fascinating thing is we've dug in. The easiest way to look at this would be to look at Spotify, and when you look under the hood at Spotify, they say roughly 70 to 75% goes to creators. Now that gets paid out on a very non-transparent fashion. I've got a couple million streams on Spotify. When I hit 1 million streams, that was the genesis of Heo, because it was like, do we get fucking paid? There's no transparency. You don't know who your fans are. They're keeping that data. It's very hard to access any of it. But when you really start looking under the hood at the actual dynamics of how much, where their money is going, let's just say that it's 25% is for operations and that. But of that 25%, we believe it's only roughly 3% that is going into server and hard costs. Like Daniel Ek's mission was to build, the biggest tech company. They sat around, him and Martin, trying to figure out like what kind of company they would run. And they were listening to playlists on Winamp, and it's like, well, we should do this. Anyhow, I mean, not to knock him, but I'm going to knock him. Essentially when you start looking at it, it's like, how did you pay $200 million to Joe Rogan for his podcast, or $400 million to the royal family, or all, X amount of costs? And he's on record, the playlist really dives into it about them wanting to be the biggest tech company. And that is, they've succeeded. They are at $100 billion market cap, but 3% of that, from what we can see, is what the actual operating costs are. So in other words, if we put 100% into creators' pockets, into rights owners' pockets of money coming in from subscriptions, we only have to make up that 3%. Now you could look at like, a Bandcamp. They grossed $193 million last year just from merch. But the experience is shit. Like it's, your favorite records aren't there. The streaming side of it is pretty weak. I mean, it's so we're covering that 3% through, there's a social feed coming in. We can do advertise and sponsored posts on the social feed. Like the social feed on Instagram last year was worth $50 billion. Every interaction was logged.
$50 billion?
$50 billion, more than the entire music streaming industry was Instagram's feed. And so on Heo, it's like every engagement's logged, right? Likes a little bit, you're there, and every engagement's logged, and it goes into a weighted point system. So likes worth a little bit, shares a bit more, comments a bit more, but like a 5-minute listen is weighted way more. In other words, your $10 goes to exactly the content that you engage with. If you only liked one post that month, say you liked Arcade Fire's new record, and that's all you did on the platform, but you paid your $10, they're getting $10 for that like. Now, if you liked the new Arcade Fire record, but you listened to Broken Social Scene, Arcade Fire is getting like a penny. But anyhow, we don't need to get into the guts of how that works, but basically all engagement is logged, and your $10 is going to creators. But what we want to talk about is the Heo token. And the token allows us to reward community engagement and reward, like there's no community on Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Apple Music. They just push music at you. Whereas on Heo, you'll be able to directly communicate, with your fans and to your favorite artists. The artists will know all their data. They know their data is not getting sold. And essentially, like, they can see who their top listeners are, which you can't do on a Spotify. Like, I've been in music 25 years. Why did I have to reach out when we hit 1 million streams to find out if we even got paid a penny? And we did. We almost got paid a penny on those 1 million streams. It was 0.004 cents, less than half a penny per stream. But yeah.
While you were ranting, we got some action, Ryder.
You're at 1.15 cents on WEEX now. I gotta admit, I bought some HEO. I closed the Bitcoin short a little bit early. I bought some of your HEO tokens because I see the potential for like the long-term movements. And I was trying to scrap that last 10%, and then the price is up here. You're at the pre-sale price now. So the question is, how far can it go from pre-sale price? I didn't buy too many tokens, but I bought enough.
I mean, we're in a really nice spot, and if you believe in the 4-year cycles, I think good projects are really going to rise to the top this one, and we're just getting started. So we're hoping. No financial advice here, but we are hoping that this is a really good year for us.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're gonna take a bite out of even on the side. Like, we're building the Spotify killer ideally here in the next coming years. This we've been building for 3.5 years, and there's 15 people on the team. As I said earlier, fully doxed. It's our integrity, our passion, everything on the line, and whatever happens today, this is not a meme coin. You are not buying a meme coin. So
right, this isn't a meme coin, but I do. You keep saying Spotify killer. In my mind, as a retail user, Google YouTube Music is way better than Spotify in terms of quality, picking your music, downloading your music before a long flight, that kind of stuff.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it's like people, when I say that, it's like the way they're listed, the optics are, artists send people to Spotify. They have to go to Instagram to find out who their fans are, to even try and connect to them, and spend $100 to boost a post to get to their actual fan base to bring them back to, say, a Spotify. And, just for the optics. And so I'm excited. I can't wait till people get to see what they're making on HEO versus like Spotify. And full transparency in app. But it's just like, the point is, we're not going small on this. We're not trying to like this is not just a Web3, music NFT platform. This is like, we got a lot bigger targets than that. That's the jam. You can mint NFTs on HEO, but that's like, it's part of it. We use like Solana as a feature. The quests that are going in weekly. It's a much bigger. Why I say Spotify killer is because it's like, essentially, we're building with a way bigger vision on this. That's the jam. I want to take a piece out of that 100 billion market cap that Spotify's on, and I would have loved to gotten into some of these companies when they were early. I mean, it's possible for people to contribute today.
Yeah, getting in some early. A lot of people don't get in early. I didn't get in early the other day on the Fjord, but now the price is about the same anyway, so I'm not too late. The only thing is, I'm very late from when I wanted to buy actually on the dip today. I saw that dip, and then it's up 88% from what I wanted to buy earlier. So yeah, I should have got in early instead of going to eat lunch. I was hungry. I went to a Chinese buffet instead of buying HEO on the dip.
It's okay, Tommy.
You gotta eat. You gotta eat.
You gotta eat.
So I have a question. How long is your music going to be free for people testing it?
It's going to be free until we're finished ingesting all full catalog content. In other words,
all right.
Roughly it's 100 million songs on Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Apple Music.
Mm-hmm.
Same 100 million songs.
Right.
We're taking that in as well. And once we have that, so it's just like, and we make it easy for people to port their playlists and to get rewarded for like people checking out their playlists, etc. It's probably going to take us the next 6 months to get there. like, you know, we've got like Dick Huey's he was the first person in the US connecting all the dots for their licensing. So it's a pleasure to have him fucking crushing right now. But yeah, I think we're gonna go free until we've got same amount of catalog. So we're just, you know, we're calling it beta for now, until that kicks in. But with Hio, we can start rewarding artists and actually sticking to our vision, which is like getting creators paid, and we can do that sooner than later. You know, my mission is to get 1 billion creators paid. It's not to onboard 1 billion creators into Web3. That's like the idea is about getting people fucking paid. And
if you do one, you'll do the other, right? So we can if you want to get 1 billion people on chain, once we get 1 billion people paid, we will have done both.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm looking at your debt screener. You're over $400,000 liquidity now. Your market cap's about $10.2 million. I mean, that's pretty early market cap for what your product can do if it can actually deliver over the next few years.
That's the FDV. We've messaged Dex Screener to get that fixed. Their market cap is not the same as the FDV.
Your market cap should be lower. That's based off of your circulating supply. But the total supply,
exactly.
The way I look at it, like the total fully diluted market cap, 10 million. That's the value of all your tokens. You have what, 1 billion tokens?
Yeah,
1 billion tokens.
Right. That's right now. If we're at 10 cents,
the only number wrong on Debt Screener is your market cap. Market cap is multiplied by circulating supply. How many circulating supply? Like 300 million.
The market cap should be like 2 point.
It should be about 2.3 to 3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's on Dex Tools and it's on
CoinMarketCap. Let's go to CoinMarketCap and look what you guys look like on CoinMarketCap. PO Music.
Holy shit, we're up 32% in the last day. That was sitting at like 3% the last time I looked.
So on Hio Music, yeah, your circulating supply is only 267 million. So about $2.6 million worth of your tokens are available for trading right now. They're unlocked wallets. People can trade them if they want to. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I like that your fully diluted market cap's about 10 million. I feel like if it's already above 10 million, someone like me is late. Definitely late above 10 million on any type of project. But yeah, on WEEX, like you guys hit the 1.15, got a little bit of resistance. I'm looking at your debt screener one more time though.
There might be a little bit of resistance there because some of the Fjord people are still waiting to profit, but it seems very short-sighted to sell like right and make such a tiny profit right at the beginning of a project, especially when it's on an uptrend. But yeah, I imagine there'll be a little resistance there for a bit.
I mean, basically, we get them all out. It's building marketing on both sides, right? Like marketing to artists, listeners, but also marketing. It's a brand new token. It's been out for 5 hours on WEEX.
Yeah.
So, it's really marketing the utility of this token and the token itself. And, yesterday on that call with Violetta Veroni, she's one of the top Web3 music artists in the world. Yeah. And to tie into that excitement, they were like, fuck, we've been waiting for this. Like, and that's the jam, like marketing to them, to her community. That is literally, it's our community. Those are the people that we want, like who are going to get rewarded. Like they've been looking for a platform where people can listen to their music easily. Also, any of their favorite bands, but know that like those core bands that are listening to are getting compensated properly. Like if I listen to only Violetta Veroni on a Spotify and I pay my $10 and she's the only one I listen to that month, Drake is getting more of my $10. It's the way that all works. So like, yeah, I mean the marketing that we're about to put in on the token is on the whole thing. I mean, it's substantial.
Oh man, I've been in these calls. The crypto community has been so amazing about, giving us a platform to talk. Just like you are. Thank you, sir. But I was in like 4 hours of calls a day on interviews. We were on Binance the other morning and we had 35,000 people tune in. So it's all about getting it out there right now. If we want to drive value to our users, we got to drive value to the token holders. So it's going to be Web 2 traditional marketing, constant Web 3 marketing. Hopefully we can do something really big, especially with the token, so we can, use that to build the best product to take out Spotify and change the music industry forever. Not take them out, but you know what I mean. Long-term vision is, yes, take them out, but that's no easy task. We're gonna build a better alternative.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're building a product where the token has real utility, and our mission is to get creators paid, and that's part of it. It all ties in together. And what were you about to say, Tommy?
Yeah, so if you get some artists that are not really well recognized that are just starting their music career this year, wouldn't it be better for them to go over to somewhere like Keo, and they're going to be like more discoverable?
Dude, I can't wait till some kid, in Iowa, like makes $50 on an album he just posted live to Heo, because there was a time, I used this analogy the other day, but like there was a time when there was a little platform called YouTube, and there was some 15-year-old kid who started posting songs, and now we know his name, Justin Bieber, Canadian boy, but it's like I can't wait till the moment that kids start building their community and their fan base on Heo, because they have more connection to their fans. And they have more connection to their fans. You can read, like, it's not just getting music pushed at you, but the idea of building community into the product, into the experience. That's what music's about, and that's our mission, is to, like, you should know who your fans are. You should be able to, like, you're gonna go play North Carolina. You're going to go play Charlotte. It's like Raleigh, and you'll be able to actually connect to who's in Raleigh listening to you. It's like, it's just something. As a musician, there was a moment there where Facebook allowed you to message people that were in certain cities. That shit, they've got so many fucking walls up against doing that anymore, right? But the point is, it's like, why? Yeah, so they can monopolize and sell that data, but like, our mission is full transparency, no data mining, and to build connections with your community. That's the jam. Anyhow, this is exciting to watch through your lens here.
Yeah, I'm looking. You almost have like a full U-shaped recovery. You're doing very well. Like from the WEEX, like the people that bought on WEEX are in the best position right now, because that price on WEEX compared to here is up higher. Like the people that got in the super early fjord and stuff, they paid a little bit higher, but that 0.003 launch on WEEX until now, it's up over 226% this morning over this time frame. So it's been pretty impressive day so far.
Yeah, the WEEX team wanted a really good entry price to build up some liquidity and reward their users, and we're like, yeah, let's do it. So
you had a launch commit thing too, right? How many Heo did you guys give away for that commitment?
Look, I'd have to ask Zach, our head of business development, but I think,
let me check. Is it still there?
It's probably still on the homepage. Let me check here.
That's my favorite thing about WEEX, like the WXT token. People like me were holding them. We commit, we get airdrops like your projects and stuff like this, and then we learn about it, discover, and then we might start charting.
Yeah, it's a great program. We dedicated 3 million Heo.
3 million Heo. Okay, so that's about 3 million times a penny. How much is that?
Oh man, don't make me do public
$30,000. $30,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what?
Yeah, I mean, some people are going to get a lot of money if they've been a lot of Heo if they've been committing their WXT. So what's the price of WXT?
Oh, WXT. WXT launched about 1 cent, and currently it's about 1.8 cents.
Okay, cool.
And
I might do that.
I think the
Sounds
pre-sale
awesome.
price was at 0.007. So it's very similar. Yeah, but it launched at 1 cent in July. It went up over 70%, 80%, and then people that were holding on the way up. Commit, airdrop, 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 airdrop almost every single week. So the price went up and you get the airdrops.
They've had a meteoric, they've had a meteoric rise in the last bit, and it's so exciting to see. I mean, Andrew's from Toronto. He's old friends with our head of BD, and like, just talking to them on, last week, like, and I want to build with WEEX. Like that's our jam. It's like rather be building with WEEX, and then obviously we've got a runway of adding exchanges as we go. That's the grander vision, but to start with WEEX when their team is excited about what we're doing, and it's also Canadian, like Andrew's from Canada, and
isn't Drake from Canada? Are you gonna get Drake on there?
Drake will be on here.
Yeah, I mean, literally, he's 1 degree from
1 degree. Okay.
Driving around his production manager. I didn't get to hang with Drake, but I tour with the band Broken Social Scene. That they're indie rock royalty.
I've hung out with Drake a few times.
Well, there
pretty
you
nice
go.
guy, actually.
Fucking send him a text. Hio's going to the moon right now.
I have his manager's number, and I used to be on like a texting terms with him, but the last time I reached out, he's a Web3 guy too. I reached out to him. He like got back with just like a like cool. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't have reached out to him about a Web3 project I'm working on. So we'll see.
You should not even mention crypto. You should have just said the music app.
Oh no, this was years ago.
Oh,
it's been a while since I've texted him. I don't think I'm on texting terms with him anymore.
He's like, I went to Drake. I was dating this girl a few years ago. We went to Drake concert VIP in Charlotte, and then they had an after party at the hotel right beside the concert venue. So it was pretty cool. Drake's a pretty cool character. People like his music. So
yeah, I think he's royalty in Toronto. I mean, of course, it's like it's cool. Put Toronto on the map on a certain segment.
Oh yeah, people didn't even. When I used to travel in the South and play shows in the South of the States, people didn't even know what Toronto was until Drake came out, and then it's like all of a sudden everybody knows Toronto. Put Canada on the map down there.
Yeah, your price is almost very close at Fjord. It's at 1.04 on debts, but on WEEX it already hit there. It's at 1.1 cents on WEEX right now.
This is wild to watch.
WEEX is, and I'm gonna explain something to the viewers out there. Why is this thing not going up and down, up and down, up and down? Because they raised over $300,000 on Fjord at about 1.15 cents. So people didn't really get to buy this thing cheaper. So you're not going to see that big sell pressure. People pre-sell price a little bit higher or about the same current price. That's why nobody's dumping it all the way down like 90% from launch. That's why it's actually up over 100 to 200% from launch on WEEX from that listing price at 0.003. This thing up there. And your volume has been picking up. Like when I zoom out here, like your big volume is right here. 480,000 volume. This candle is 110,000 volume. I go over to the debt screener side. Your liquidity is still above $400,000 and your volume's above 600,000 for the last 24 hours. So it does look like you have some interest over there.
Beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. You never know what's going to happen until you...
You never know what's going to happen while we're on a call and it's launching.
Yeah. You never know. And you put it out there. You put yourself out there. You put the product out there. You put the token out there. And you try to do your best. And it's really nice to see that the world is appreciating it at least.
Man, I'm seeing buys after buys roll in here on the debt screener side. Like these are, it's not like a bunch of small buys. It's like pretty decent sized buys. $569, $171. Like these are concert ticket prices. Are you going to have concerts on your platform?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And the cool thing is, I mean, you could literally upload for artists that like, you know, bigger named artists. They put out a record once every couple years, right? But like the cool thing on Hio is the ability to mint like your album literally within 2 minutes if you wanted to upload the show from last night. Like you can do it. Of course, in the social side of it, you know, we're going to have video integration, everything, you know, there's a longer roadmap there. But the idea that you can quickly and within 2 minutes have your, you know, maybe it's demos you did last night, but like opening that up, because you can't just upload music straight to Spotify. You can't do that to Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer. You just can't. You got to go spend your $50 at DistroKid for them to upload it to all the platforms. So, you know, I'm excited to see how that plays out. Yeah, this is wild. It's interesting watching this from the command seat of Tommy.
I need to get a song like a 2 to 3 minute song, and then add it to my Hio account profile, and then see how the views go. Well, I can write the words and stuff, but I don't know how to play any instruments or sing.
I'll sing it for you. I did write you a little meme song. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. That's a pretty good start. We got to add in some Elon Doge, and some more funny stuff.
It needed another 20 minutes, but I was like, you know, we just hung up the call. I'm like, I'm going to write him a meme song.
Yeah. What kind of watch is your guitar? Your guitar looks like a very, very big watch.
Oh, this cat.
I was like, is that a Rolex guitar?
So this is called a dobro, and my grandfather was given this in 1934. It's got like a hubcap, like it's like, you know, before electric guitars. I mean, this was the way to have a louder sound.
Oh, maybe you should write a song about the Hio price pumping.
To the moon, we're going to the moon. We'll tame the ark today, we're going to the moon.
I leave for 2 seconds, and this is what happens.
Yeah. So Rusty, what's your take on the launch so far? How's the process been for you?
I mean, I've been in the game for a long time, and I've watched charts and been small projects, big projects. I'm a microcap buyer. I'd like to look for a lot of upside and buy small tokens. So for me, this is kind of unreal to being a microcap and launching a microcap, and then, you know, being directly involved in helping the growth of this token. So it's unreal. Yeah, last night was rough. I knew today was going to go like this, but like, and I knew the launch pad people would sell because I've seen it a million times. But when it's happening to you, it's like a whole different bag of dirt. You know, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I heard, you know, Galen came on. He's our head of product, but initially 8 months ago he came on. Galen runs the biggest in real life NFT community in Toronto, so it's NFTO, and you know, Galen came onto the team to help with essentially community, but like he's been a product developer for 15 years, and he's done, you know, product and getting into helping National Geographic, Disney get into the Web3 space there, and so he's our lead product now, and just because, you know, he fucking crushes on that. So he is one of our weapons. And just a sweetheart with a sweet head of hair.
Oh man, I need a haircut. That's the other thing. Is like I try to tell people, you know, especially you bump into non-crypto people that are like, oh, anyone can launch a token. It's like, yeah, I mean, technically anybody can launch a token, and like Pump.Fun makes it really easy and fun. But the amount of work we've put into this is even more than I thought it was going to take. And, you know, and I've worked with a lot of different projects, but being this hands-on in the process, yeah, it's a lot of work if you want to do this right. And, you know, it's so many things to consider. So we've put in the work, and it's really awesome to see people buying and seeing this type of volume.
Yeah.
Yeah, the volume's been pretty insane so far for launch. For like, it's a low cap. You're still in the super early stages.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to build with it, and like, you know, but yeah, Galen, you know, the sustained pressure that ramped up over the last, like, say 6 to 8 weeks. Like, I'm used to being, you know, I've done a ton of tours where you're on the road for 30, 40 days. You're exhausted, but you know, the pressure's really on for an hour and a half, right? Whereas like this, it just ramped and ramped right to, like, you know, the Spores launchpad. And then, you know, Fjord, like, it was funny because they were in, and then it was like, and then, you know, we were going through a rebrand too. We went through a rebrand a couple months ago going into this, and it's like, okay, well, we got to get it out before Christmas. You know, we want to get in the market as everything's happening. But just the amount of like work that went into this. I mean, I hadn't had until last night more than 3 hours sleep in a solid week. Everything from middle of the night, you know, calls with, you know, Asia, and like AMAs, and like putting out fires, technically just making sure everything was like solid. And then, you know, the raise, and you're sitting on the edge of your seat for like a couple days. And I thought the pressure was going to end right then, but you know, it is an amazing amount of work that goes into properly doing a token. Like, it was, you know, I have an incredible team. We have an incredible team, and it's like it's been firing on all cylinders. And so it's so nice to be like, holy shit, okay, it's, you know, we're out the door.
It's kind of unreal. I've never been on a team where you're working, you know, like, no joke, we've been working till like 4 or 5 in the morning some nights, and I just go into Telegram and message somebody else from the team, and inevitably they're also working at that time. And then we're up doing an AMA at 9 a.m. the next day, and like, yeah, the dedication of this team is unreal.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm charting, so I'll take like 3-hour naps, and I'll be posting on my Discord like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. These guys see me post at all sorts of hours. They're like, does this guy ever sleep? I sleep. I take naps.
Yep, naps are the key. It has to be naps now.
Like a good power nap, 22 minutes. That's my jam. Like, literally, I haven't had a chance to breathe. Like, these long days, like, there's been no naps. Like, yeah, I don't recommend the process. If you want intense, like increasingly intense pressure, like launch, you know, go big on a token. But yeah, I mean, man, this isn't like what we're building here. It's not about pumping a token. I mean, we're here with you live, as this thing's been live for a couple hours, but like, you know, the meme culture in Solana and that, right? Where you like pump it up, everybody's trying to get their bags out at a certain price, and that's just the game, right? Whereas like utility tokens, utility plays, like it's not as sexy, but actually it's going to allow more people to get, you know, for us to, like, within the ecosystem, just to get creators paid over time, and really incentivize cool shit and build in cool ways. That's what we're about. And I think the utility, you know, play market is coming back, like games with the utility tokens, etc. I think we're going to see that dynamic. You know, like meme coins have been massive for the last bit, but it's going to be interesting as we get into the bull run here. And, I think people are going to realize what are the projects in this space that are actually building cool shit. And obviously with a utility token, it's like, well, it has utility in a real world product. And that's our mission, is to make this sexy. It's like, Solana, they've been waiting for like a product that was like sexy, easy to use, where you didn't have to necessarily connect a wallet. So that's what we're building for. But it's funny watching the price with you. It's just like, wow.
That reminds me, Solana. Are you familiar with Iggy Azalea's project, Mother?
Actually, we're in big talks with her right now. So there's airdrops coming up for all the biggest Solana communities with Hio. Like we got Solana Sensei, Galactic Gecko, Sandware, Acid Dash, Monkey DAO Music. So we're doing airdrops with everybody. Of course, like
do you think you can get Iggy on your platform, possibly?
Yeah. I think that's I don't want to.
It's in the works.
Yeah.
You consider her a good artist, though, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's cool.
Oh, Iggy. Which one is she's the
Iggy Azalea?
She's like a female white rapper.
Yeah.
Blonde hair. Yeah, I know Iggy. Oh, I got
her mother token.
Got a call from our CMO here. 1 second.
Put it on speaker.
Yeah.
But like on the Solana saga, right? This is the world's first crypto phone. I don't know if you've experienced this, but like, Solana put out a phone last year. And in the dApp store, when you click on the specific dApp store for, there's only this many dApps, right? There's about 50 of them. And we're right here. EO is in here. So, I mean, we launched first on the Solana saga. And the cool thing about this phone that is like the airdrops that are here. Like, so when I click on my Phantom wallet in here, this wallet is just for, the only thing I use this thing for is to collect the airdrops that are coming to the phone. So like, the phone's $600, and right now I'm sitting at $2,665. So bonk that airdrop of 30 million to any Saga owners is worth, what is that? 1,000. I'm trying to read it backwards. 1,188. Then you got Cat with Hat, etc. And this is about to be Hio in here as well. So like the moment that like people realize is with NFTs. So like the NFT section on here is worth a few grand from people just dropping NFTs straight to the phone. Like when you have the Genesis like this way, it allows it to be an anchor. And so essentially we're going to be airdropping the biggest communities in the Solana space, but also like Boo, the meme coin, and I believe Mother's coming up. I mean, we'll see how that plays out in the next minute here, but it's advanced. I think we'll be able to make a big announcement soon. Probably shouldn't be talking about that on this podcast, but the
no, it's just a possibility. It's not confirmed. It's just something you're hoping
that's
for.
The whole thing. That's what we're excited about, Like now that the token exists, we can airdrop the biggest communities. We can collab. If you go to our Twitter, which is Hio Music app, you'll see. I mean, you'll see the communities and the airdrops that are coming up, and I'm just excited about that. I love being able to reward people who see a vision.
Yeah, hopefully all the artists that get on your platform are rewarded, because that $10, is it $10 per month subscription, or where are you going to be your monthly fees?
Yeah, it'll be a standard $10 subscription, except that that 100% is going to the users and creators that you engage with, and then on top of that is the token play, and that allows us to multiply, like reward anybody who's building community within the platform. If they're creating playlists, sharing music, if they're inviting friends to Hio, it all ties into that, and you can then hold on to Hio for free subscriptions, etc. And hold on to it for stake for essentially pre-releases from your biggest artists. Essentially, like you can gate your releases, so there's a pre-release for your top fans within the next month, before it comes live everywhere. Anyhow, I'm just checking out your chart here.
Yeah, the chart, your WEEX chart looks really fantastic for a token that launched. Like, I haven't seen many tokens like launch like this earlier this year, especially Bitcoin near the top all-time high. 244% from your WEEX launch price. That's really impressive.
6% in a day. I mean, not bad. Not bad. We'll see when the people who bought it on Fjord, and Spores, when they hit a price, we were expecting a big, there's going to be some churn, and that's cool.
Do you have a wallet like that you have personally of HEO that you check? And does the app have like a wallet built into the app where you can check like a small balance?
Yeah. Yep. You can connect, you can deposit HEO in it for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's literally less than 24 hours. So like, we're excited to seriously build in this. There's quests on the app, and there's right now it's points that are about to be converted to HEO. So all early users, if you set up your profile, sign up. It takes a minute. You set up your profile. You do a profile header, profile pic. You're getting some HEO. So that's all. Those airdrops for early users are coming short. There'll be a big announcement in the next week or so here.
Nice.
But yeah, every gets on in the coming couple weeks. Like, it's like you are going to get rewarded in HEO just for like taking the steps. And we're working with George Brown University's AI program. And so they're helping us build out the music discovery in the platform right now. Like, that's one of the pieces that needs a lot of work in the app. But they've been working on this for a year, and there will be a quest going in soon where it's like, you get rewarded for putting in a little more info, like who are your favorite artists, where do you live, not specifically street and block, but like any info that you can put in, you're getting rewarded for HEO. We're not selling that data. There's no data mining on HEO, but on HEO, the platform. But the point is that the quests, to get more information, we can actually deliver you a better experience. And that's, we can, reward you in HEO for making your experience better. And that's the jam. I should probably jump off here in a minute.
Thank you for your time and sharing. And you're in Discord. If you ever want to hop in a voice chat and talk to all these people, we also have a music production channel in the Discord that you might want to throw some links into.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'll do that. Thanks for having us out. This has been exciting.
Here, Tom.
Have a good day. I hope you get some rest this week.
I can't wait to get a full night's sleep. It's going to be so sweet. Oh my God.
It's going to be nice.
All right. Enjoy your day. Thanks for coming on. Have a good night.
Thanks for having us.
See you, Rusty.
We greatly appreciate you and the support. Thank you.
See you guys.
Cheers, guys. Happy trading today.
Thank you. Well, that was HEO Music. We were looking at the chart. They launched on WEEX today. It's a pretty interesting launch. I did close my Bitcoin short at a little bit of profits. I did put in Discord earlier. Took a little bit of profits on a Bitcoin short. I'll show you real quick. It's not really impressive. Probably my least impressive trade of the week, that Bitcoin short. The Bitcoin short was at 25% when I closed it. Entry was 100,598.2. Closed at 100,470.9. Threw those profits into HEO. Bought HEO. It's up a little bit to gonna try to ride this trade a little bit longer. They were kind enough. Come on.